Aloha everyone, this is Beth of Cooking and Crafting. Today I'm going to be making a cream sauce spiced chicken dish, something just thrown together. Today's video is being sponsored by PDAir.
It's YouTube's best for creative things. It's cooking and crafting.
Before we start our dish, I wanted to do a little bit of a scientific experiment, if you might want to call it that. See, I bought this one here, which is the quick and easy defrosting tray off of Amazon. And I wasn't too excited with the results that it gave me. So since that one's going to take forever, I know, I'm going to just put the bulk of them on these trays here. So I went out and I looked around and I found PDAir, and I was lucky enough to be sponsored by them to do this dish for a review on their defrosting trays. They didn't send me one or two, they sent me 3 of their trays to give a try. So let me tell you about the differences in these trays. This one here is called the classic design, and it's got a little, elevated area here. This one here is called the luxury design. On the back side, you'll see the waffling that you see here. This here is the energy source defrosting tray, and then, like I said, this is the quick and easy one. So each one of these say that they will take anywhere between 3 to 4 times faster to defrost. Like chicken should take 20 minutes in a 70-degree Fahrenheit room. So we have 85 degrees today. I checked on that before. So that should be 20 minutes, 20 minutes. This one, let's see, chicken, this is 25 minutes, and the quick and easy one didn't give any times that they would live up to. So we're gonna keep our eye on this, and I'll keep you updated as to the defrosting times on these. These are chicken breasts. They're about 1.5 inches thick on most of them. So we are 20 minutes into the defrosting, and this one looks like it's defrosting quite well. That one has a slope, so the water does, the defrosting stuff does go backwards. This one, I see a lot of condensation underneath it as well. Not a whole lot, but And this is the quick and easy. I do see a lot of condensation under that one as well. Let's try another 20 minutes. Okay, so we're 40 minutes now into it, and it's still, it's on its way, that's for sure. This one feels a lot better, but it is a little thinner than this guy. Let's see about this one. This one is pretty good. Still frozen though. And this little guy is totally defrosted already. Bloop, bloop, bloop. But he's a really tiny guy. Not even, I would say, anywhere between 1/4 to 1/2 of an inch. Alright, so we're 60 minutes, 1 hour into this, and this one is completely defrosted. This one completely defrosted. This one completely. This one has a little bit more, just a tiny bit more, it feels like, right here in the middle. And this one here, completely defrosted. So I would say that these trays took a lot longer than it would have taken if I had just left the chicken to sit and defrost. It seems like this one came through quite a lot faster, you know, and it kept all the condensation on here. That's what I like. It still kept them very cool and cold to the touch. And you can also, as an added bonus, use these things. You can throw them into the freezer ahead of time. And if you're going to put out like a meat or a cheese plate or fruits and you want to keep them cool up to 30 minutes time, you can use that. Just pull it out of the freezer, put your stuff out on a platter, put it out, have your guests enjoy, and that's absolutely wonderful. So I would definitely suggest this one here, the PDAir classic design. This one, I mean, you know, they all did their job. They all really did their job, but it just seems like for some reason this one, because it left so much of the nice condensation and it's so totally, you know, defrosted. This one's, like I said, still has a little bit more to go. But yeah, it's a success. We're going to start with making our seasoning, and so we are going to put in 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, a half of a teaspoon of garlic powder, half of a teaspoon of onion powder, a half of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, half of a teaspoon of dried basil, and a half of a teaspoon of dried oregano. And then we're just going to mix it all up and get them all blended very nicely. Let us not forget salt and pepper to taste. I have 2 tablespoons of butter on the stove in a fry pan. We're going to add about a tablespoon of olive oil to this. And we're going to move that around. To that we are going to add our spices. And you want to make sure that you cover them completely. It has been on there maybe just a tad too long. It's already turning brown, but you know what? That's going to add some nuttiness to the flavor there. We are now going to put in our chicken, and we're going to cook them at about 4 to 5 minutes on each side. If you want to cut your breast in half to help with the, you know, shortening the time of cooking this, that would be a good thing too. Oh my, if you could smell it. So we're going in for the flip, and I've also started a pot here for my fettuccine or linguine, whichever you prefer. Alright, so these are done and ready to be taken off. I put them on a plate back here. You can go ahead and keep them warm. I'm going to add 2 more tablespoons of butter to this. I'm going to turn it down just a tad. And I just put my linguine in. So you want to time that as well. I had a little piece of that chicken. It is so flipping good. I can't stand it. So we're going to let that butter melt just a little bit. And I am going to add in 2 cups of half and half. Now, if you don't have half and half milk, like I do, I did not. I did have heavy cream. So I have 2/3 of a cup of the heavy cream, and the rest of it is filled with, I think it's 1% milk that we have currently. And so that should even it out. So I'm going to just add this. Oh no, you know what? I got to add my garlic first, because we got to bring out that flavor. So anyway, 2 cloves of garlic minced. So we're just going to let that Move around just for a little bit. Just for about a minute or so until you can get that groovy garlic flavor. Now we're going to add in that 2 cups of half and half. And this is going to be the sauce for our linguine. We're going to let this go for about 4 to 5 minutes to allow it to get slightly thickened. You can add some salt and pepper to this to taste. Well, this didn't thicken a whole lot. It did a little. So I'm gonna live with this. But if you could smell it again, once again, oh, the garlic smell in there is awesome. So now, what I'm gonna do is get my mix of linguine and spaghetti, and I'm going to throw that in there. Turn it off. And we're just going to go ahead and cover the pasta in this beautiful sauce and serve it with your chicken. You can make it look really pretty by using some parsley flakes. Oh yeah, I just have to remember where I put things. Alright, so I don't even know what to call this, but I think I'm going to be calling it a creamy sauce chicken breast pasta plate. Yeah, whatever. So there you go. I'm going to leave some links down in the description box below to PDAir's website. And I also want to thank them very much for sponsoring me for this video. So there you go. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would surely appreciate it. Go ahead and share this video. I'd appreciate that as well. Thank you. Talk to you guys next time. Bye. In itself is absolutely delicious. The cream sauce probably could have added a lot more garlic powder maybe. Other than that, yum.